taking place before the start. This is all about giving the athletes a warm experience of the cold weather at Sjusjøen. And it's going to be a very exciting race as always. This is going to be spectacular, and we're ready soon for the start. Only 8 minutes to the start. 8 minutter bis zum start. 8 minutter altså starto. Det er altså 8 minutes left to the start.
Ja, that's good.
Thank you.
Hei.
Lykke til.
Hei.
Tuller ikke med de der grammene der.
Nei, ikke det.
Nei.
0,65.
Lykke til.
Takk.
Well, good morning and a very warm welcome to the Open European Championships here in Sjusjøen, Norway, for the men's 10-kilometer sprint competition. Today we have 3 loops around this 3.3-kilometer lap where the course is particularly arduous and cold, minus 11.5 degrees today, and that's going to cause a little bit of trouble for the athletes, keeping their fingers nice and warm. And the athletes to speak of are here in significant numbers. 146 starters today for the men in the air temperature of minus 12 and 93% humidity. And it does call into question whether starting a little bit later is going to be to the athletes' advantage. Now, Antonon Giganat yesterday, for the first time ever, hitting 20 out of 20 and claiming the gold medal. He is, of course, one to look out for today, but I would say he would have to shoot clear again if he wants to claim another medal. And the reason I say that is because he was the 15th fastest skier yesterday, 1 minute and 27 off the lead. And that's a significant time. Half that, about 45 seconds. And that will be about the time, if you just infer from his course time in the 20K, how far back you'll be. Meaning that if anyone else gets just one target less, then that's a tough ride for Anton Giganat. Now, looking down the order, lots of the most talented and highest ranked biathletes are opting to go in the late 30s and early 40s. Anton Giganat, bib number 33, the winner of 2 days ago in the 20 kilometer. Martin Nevland of Norway, bib 44, and Leo Collier of France, wearing bib number 46, and we know he's one of the fastest men on the track, Collier. Seidel of Germany, wearing bib number 55. And then down a little bit further, we've got Heikkinen of Finland, who was skiing incredibly fast, 4th fastest ski speed, wearing bib number 63. And behind him, there's Nyqvist of Sweden, Poulsen of Norway, Levet of France. Some big names all lumped together in the 60s. But then you have to dig down a little bit further, where you're going to have to stay tuned to see whether Rittmüller, the 3rd fastest skier in the 20 kilometer, wearing bib number 89, can claw back some of that time. Then Kalkenberg might also be able to put some damage on the overall leaderboard, again starting very late, but perhaps to his advantage. Poirot of France, wearing bib number 97. Another one to look out for. But you really have to do some work to search down this start order to spot, once again, a very late starter wearing bib 129, Simon Kaiser of Germany. And of course, he was the fastest skier in the individual. And he was so close. With 2 misses, he was guaranteed almost a silver medal, but then he missed his last shot. Consequently, he was 10th. So do stay tuned to see whether Kaiser can cause an upset. And we know, of course, that Kaiser has some pretty impressive skiing statistics. 19 World Cup starts to his name, but his standing hit rate is only 70%. And his result sheet on the World Cup really is just a litany of misses this season. 4s, 3s, 4s, 5s in some pursuits, 6 in pursuits. So Kaiser can ski quick among those at the very sharpest end in World Cup, but just struggles to get the targets to fall down. Now back to the very top of the start order. Jakub Strivteki of Czechia, the best individual result he's ever had. 8th place in Hotfilsen in the sprint in the World Cup. And now Jakub Strivteki is underway, kicking us off for the men's 10-kilometer sprint at this Open European Championships here in Sjusjøen. Natrastillen Stadium, 40 lanes long. One of the most amazing training locations in the world. 729 meters of elevation. Altitude won't impact them today. And now Ponomarenko of Ukraine getting underway with a prone hit rate of 83%, the same in stand. And he has not raced the 20 kilometer here at this Open European Championships, and thus will have slightly fresher legs That is only to say if he hasn't been traveling. But now Capillari getting ready to start for Italy. An exceptional prone shooter, 93% hit rate in prone. He only missed 2 targets in the individual. Ranked 37th on that occasion. Not quite up there with the other Italians, Bionat of Italy and Pioccia of Italy, 2 of the best in the top 10. Damien Sesnek now of Slovakia, who has raced on 28 World Cups and has come from the IBU Cup, where he has been this entire season, but has shot clear in 1 sprint in Arbor, one of the toughest courses out there. Skorusa of Poland now hunting down the Slovakian and skiing a little bit above average, 6% to be precise, which is quite a margin. So in the slower quartile of skiers, but able to get them down in prone, 80%. But bib number 8, Lejeune of France, one of the first who we are going to be keeping our eye on to set an early time and perhaps be up there at the very end like he was, gaining that bronze medal. But now, Danuser of Switzerland is getting started. His best races on the World Cup, 61, 63, and 66, all in sprints, different venues. And now Matthew Strum of Canada. He enjoys volleyball, mountain biking, and disc golf, kind of sport that is useful for some proactive or active recovery. Uses the hand-eye coordination just like in biathlon, but maybe disc golf and sprinting will be a sport we can enjoy in the future. Valentin Lejeune, now of France, about to get underway, wearing bib number 8, an early starter, and one to keep our eyes on to set a very quick early time. 8th fastest ski speed in the 20-kilometer individual 2 days ago. 54 seconds slower than Kaiser of Germany, as we see Matthew Chronicle collecting his skis. Matthew Chronicle starting in 2019 at the age of 19, as Turkka Nieminen of Finland gets started, really attacking out of the start gates. And we turn now to Jakub Stuvteki of Czechia, wearing bib number 1. He'll be hoping to come across the line in still first place, almost certainly so, but 4 minutes and 17 seconds to get to the first checkpoint. 1.8 kilometers as Artem Chichenko of Ukraine gets started. And a reminder that the format today, as Chichenko is going to be laying down the ski prints over this 3.3 kilometer track, which he will do 3 times. Prone shoot, followed by a stand shoot. And every single time they miss, they will complete a 150 meter, I certainly hope it's not kilometer, penalty loop for every single miss. Lindqvist-Flotten there for Sweden getting started. He's been racing on the IBU Cup and enjoyed the Mass Start 60 in Brezno, Orzabli. And Petitjean of Belgium now, wearing bib number 12. And in my opinion, among those in the early starters who may be slightly disadvantaged by this snowfall, by the time the late starters get going, all of these previous skiers will have compressed the track somewhat, just making it ever so slightly faster. But of course, bronze medalist Sjusjøen of France decided to wear bib number 8, or well, to go in the early group. Jake Brown now getting started for USA. He was 32nd in the individual with 2 penalties. And he's had lots of experience on the World Cup and also at the World Championship. 12th place in the sprint at the World Championships in Potluca. That's his best result ever. As Matthew Chronicle now of Great Britain is preparing to get started. 92nd in the World Championships in Lenzerheide. And a really talented athlete, managing to understand the technique of biathlon in such a short space of time. I coached him personally back in his early days as he was learning the sport. Extremely dedicated, as you have to be in this most painful sport. And as Oberhauser of Austria knows all too well, the 27-year-old loves film, friends, mountain biking. Mountain biking, of course, being one of the great ways to train for biathlon. Roads biking, another way, just to get the hours in the leg, keep the cardiovascular system pumping for long periods of time. Oberhauser will be hoping to improve on his 30th place in the individual. Usov now. And Usov had 4 penalties in the individual. And that's not bad. 4 penalties is still 80%. A stat which is a bit lower than his average, 81 in prone and 91 in stand. But there's Johannes Kuhn. We saw him getting his skis. One of the fastest on the track, but reliably unreliable in stand shooting. Can he turn it around today? And if he does, he can win. Turkka Nieminen of Finland now approaching the 1.8 kilometer check-in point and getting a time of 3.4 seconds faster than Sjusjøen of Czechia. Antonin Giganat getting himself warmed up, prepared. One of the veterans in this field. And now Sjusjøen settling down, the first to fire in this men's 10-kilometer sprint competition here in Sjusjøen. Takes an extra breath. A solid hit. It's slow, he pauses, but he gets the 3rd down despite that hesitation, 2 seconds of hesitation. It's inconsistent shooting in terms of the time between shots, but it doesn't matter. The 5 targets go down for Jakob Sjusjøen, and he can ski right past that penalty loop, knowing that the job is well done, if not slightly slow, and the 44 seconds is below average shooting time, but no penalty required. 9 minutes and 23 seconds, the time to beat. Capillari, 3.5 seconds slower into the range, and already with a miss, which will cost him 150 meters of extra skiing. It's fast shooting nonetheless. The first miss did not disrupt his rhythm, and Johannes Kuhn now heading out as one of the fastest and one to watch. The 5th fastest skier, only 33 seconds behind Kaiser, his teammate, in the individual. And now, even with 3 mistakes, Kuhn can get into the top 10 on a sprint competition. Radecko, now of Slovenia, wearing bib number 22. And he'll be all too aware that just 2 bibs behind him, Paturel of France, one of the quickest out there, will be hunting him down. Skarusa of Poland now settling for his first prone shoot of the day. starts with a hit. The two last targets don't go down for Sjusjøen. He shot in a fairly reliable and steady time of 32 seconds. But now, here we are, Gatin Paturel of France, wearing bib number 24, hoping to do something special today. He's absolutely capable of it. In Sjusjøen, here at the Open European Championships, he came 17th with 3 mistakes. And he did that because he skied so fast. He had the 6th fastest time, only 39 seconds down off leader Kaiser in terms of the ski speed. Of course, Anton Gigana won, but with the 15th fastest time, a fact that applies in the individual, but less so in the sprint. You can't shoot your way out of trouble quite so much. Valentin Lejeu, now of France, making an adjustment to his sight, identifying that the wind conditions are different to when he zeroed. He takes one final glance up above his blinder, just checking. Are the wind flags the same? It's calm, it's controlled, it's slow, but it's accurate. Excellent shooting from Valentin Lejeu of France. And will he set the fastest time as he exits the shooting range? He does. 4 seconds in the lead. Turkka Nieminen skiing very well. And missing his last shot, 150 meters to ski, and that 150 meters equates to about 22 to 25 seconds. Obviously slower for the slower skiers. But now Sjusjøen moving his sights anti-clockwise, therefore adjusting the fall of the shot to the right. Only 2 clicks, but a sensible decision with all 5 targets falling down nice and comfortably for Sjusjøen. And Sjusjøen setting the fastest time now out of chute number 1 in ahead of Lejeu of France, as Lindqvist Flotten of Sweden is down on the mat for his first 5. And Gerhardsen of Norway, he gets underway, one of the fastest out there on the tracks, as Lindqvist Flotten goes 5 for 5. Gerhardsen, he's one to watch. 27th in the individual, disappointed with that time. 3 penalties, but the Norwegian is capable of more. And Philip Lindqvist Flotten, 4.1 seconds down off the lead in 3rd place as it currently stands, but a time that will absolutely be deposed time and time again over the course of the next 30 minutes. Jake Brown of USA. He's been at the very top of the highest level of biathlon. And with that one miss, it's a slightly disappointing first shoot. He'll be wanting all of the targets to go down, as everyone does in biathlon, but wanting it can sometimes be a distraction that prevents you from following the right process. But now we're out at the 1.8 kilometer mark to take a look at Gatin Paturel of France, with his lovely technique, getting his foot underneath his center of mass and then keeping his center of mass over that foot, driving up this V2 skate 2 doppel dance, or one skate, all the different names that we have for it, and marking the fastest time to the 1.8 so far, ahead of Kuhn by 2 seconds. Oberhauser with one miss. And Antonin Gugenat, can he repeat the success of the individual where he claimed the gold medal at this European Championships? He'll need to ski faster, but he almost certainly can't shoot any better. The only area to improve in shooting is, or that can be when you hit 20 out of 20, is doing it faster. And with speed comes risk. Adam Vaclavic of Czechia now skiing very, very quickly, as he so often does, marking the 18th fastest time in the individual. And the fastest time now to 1.8K as Cervenka of USA shooting clean so far. Full house. And skiing very well. Now Vaclav, Cervenka of USA, 5 seconds the advantage as he exits chute number 1 ahead of Chichenko of Ukraine. So far so good for the American. Cesar Bouvet of Belgium now getting underway. He had only one penalty in the individual. But Stripteki now with the second fastest ski speed or time all the way to the 5.1 kilometer has an opportunity. But he starts with a miss. Unperturbed, he shoots fast, but not accurately. A second miss, make that 3. 450 meters of additional skiing to perform before he can get back out onto the track, but he needs to fight for every second. After all, the results today impact the pursuit competition tomorrow. Johannes Kuhn now settling down for his prone shoot. Fastest time by 6.6 seconds into the range. 75% hit rate in prone this season. And that's what we needed to see from Johannes Kuhn. 5 out of 5, and excellent accuracy, great skiing speed, and if he can keep this up, there's very few out there in the field who are able to withstand this level of performance. 12.9 seconds, his lead as he gets out of chute number 1. Now Capillari of Italy with a lovely, smooth, fast shoot. Oh, he misses the last shot. 80% hit rate today for Daniele Capillari of Italy, as Fund of Germany is preparing to get underway. The pain of the World Cup disqualification for himself and Marlene Fichtner further and further behind him as he seeks the podium once again and is certainly capable of it. Now Kuhn still with the fastest time coming into chute number 1. Excuse me, Paturel not just beating the time, but blowing it out of the water by 5 seconds. Kuhn now in second place, entering chute number 1. Accurate shooting now from Gatin Paturel. It's a great start for the Frenchman. He is skiing fast. He is shooting straight. Will he get out ahead of Kuhn? He does, but only by 0.7 seconds. It's becoming already a very tight competition up at the front. And just as I say that, Biathlon of Italy gets started. He is out the start gates and ready to improve on his 5th place in the individual. Adam Vaklavik now with the second fastest ski speed, really hurtling around this course. Takes his time to get to the first shot. And time very well spent and invested to get all 5 targets down in 31.4 seconds. Adam Vaklavik is one to watch, skiing quick, shooting accurately and quickly, as Sjusjøen of France now is in for stand. But Adam Vaklavik is your new leader at the end of shoot number 1. Sjusjøen with a miss. Another miss. And that is painful. Well, Sjusjøen with the fastest time ahead of Stryfteki by 4 seconds into shoot number 2, but that is all going to be lost, at least to some later starters, as he comes out of the second shooting with 2 mistakes. Karol Dombrovski of Lithuania now. Tichenko enters the shooting range, 7.2 seconds down on Sjusjøen's time. We know that he's missed 2, we know that Stryfteki has missed 1. Lindqvist Flotten has now gotten ahead of him as he comes into the range for the second shoot. But it's so far so good for Tichenko. It's 9 out of 10 so far, and he gets the perfect shooting. Artem Tichenko has gone clean. And now, can we see a repeat of Ukraine's wonderful performance yesterday with Merkushnia, as Tichenko sets the fastest time coming out of shoot number 1 by 31.4 seconds, as Gerhardsen of Norway has a miss in prone. And it's falling apart for Lindqvist Flotten. He missed 2 targets in the stand shooting. That's 80% hit rate on the day. Bends down to pick up his pole somewhat lethargically. But here's a man who has so many people's sympathies. He hasn't missed his target in prone shooting. He goes to the World Cup. He finishes in 8th place in the mass start, clearing the perfect 20 out of 20, but too late to get his Olympic qualification. Such a shame, really coming into form. But now today needs to do better than his 22nd place in the individual. He missed 2, of course that all came from the final stand shoot. He hit the perfect 100% once again, Roman Rees in the prone shooting. Jake Brown gets his first shot down in 15 seconds. He's calm and controlled thereafter. Nice rhythm. And there it is. 5 out of 5 in stand. 9 out of 10 in overall shooting. And now has some work to do to get in ahead of Capillari's time, who we know has missed 2 targets. So Jake Brown doing well. Currently in 2nd place, 10.9 behind. But here is your individual gold medalist, Antonin Giganat. Oh, with another 5 out of 5. Great shooting from Giganat. He goes clear. He does it slowly. But now is going to find himself some time down, 11.8 seconds off the leader, Vaklavik, as Oberhauser misses his last shot, 80% on the day. But Antonin Giganat is skiing off the pace. Vaklav Chevenka of USA with an opportunity to do something special today. He's not missed and has only 1 more to go, which he gets. Wonderful shooting there from Vaklav Chevenka of USA. 10 out of 10. And he is almost certainly going to take the lead coming out of chute number 2, and therefore just has 1 lap to go, where he has to give it absolutely everything. 25.8 seconds his lead over the Ukrainian.
5 seconds ahead of Sjusjøen after this second shooting.
And now, here's your standings at the end of chute number 1. Adam Vaclavic in the lead with Paterel in second and Kuhn of France in third. The fastest skier on lap 1, Paterel, 1.4 seconds ahead of Vaclavic. Oberhauser of Austria, skiing very well, but Barale of Italy, among the best and fastest on lap 1. But now on lap 2, in ahead of, as Seidel gets ready to start, he wore bib number 4 in the individual and just kept on, or he was dropping down off the podium step by step. He was an early starter. Stravtecki now of Czechia, coming towards the finish line. He had 3 mistakes in the stand shooting. Those 450 meters will have done far too much damage for him to be up there even in the top 10. But now let's turn our attention to Johannes Kuhn. He needs to go clear, but struggles with stand. And there it is. It was going so well. And then it went so badly. He struggles so much to get the targets down in stand shooting. And now for those 450 meters of punishment around that penalty loop, you'll be wondering how he can pull it together. As Fund now at the top right of your screen, he's gone 3 for 3 in prone and gets 5 out of 5. Fund shooting clear in his first 5 as Capillari now charging towards the finish line. But 0.7 seconds down on leader Stravtecki's time. We have a new leader, Leonhard Fund of Germany, by 6 seconds at the end of chute number 1. Ahead of Vaclavic, Gatin Paterel of France. Now this could be a winning performance if he can get the 5 targets down. Oh, it's exceptional shooting. Gatin Paterel goes 10 for 10. He's going to come out with a lead, and a lead that is going to be very, very hard to contend with. He's already out of the range, coming towards the timing check, and has a massive advantage of 24.9 seconds. He also has the advantage of being side by side with Kuhn as they both leave together. Bienat's now off the time of the leaders as the snow falls more heavily and the first miss comes. But Paterel and Kuhn out there on the course side by side. And that is a duo who are going to do some serious damage in terms of ski speed on this last lap. But all eyes now on Adam Vaclavic, the 2nd fastest skier on lap 2, the 3rd fastest on lap 1. But he starts with a miss. And it's messy. Scruffy shooting, inconsistent timing between shots. The breathing looked strenuous, and those 2 misses are going to see him fall certainly outside of the flower ceremony. It's now Martin Nevland of Norway. Impressively fast and controlled shooting. He goes 5 out of 5 in a controlled time of 29 seconds. 15.2 seconds down now. That's another good time. He's behind Kuhn, but we know he's missed. He's behind Vaclavic, and we know he's missed. So that's a 3rd place if he goes 5 out of 5. But let's take a look now as Tichenko comes in towards the line. He's going to absolutely obliterate the overall leader so far with Sjusjøen's time. And that is a massive lead, 42.6 seconds for Tichenko of Ukraine. Leo Collier of France. He's not going to contend on terms of his ski speed. He needs the targets to go down if he wants to medal today. The leader has already hit 5 targets and left the range. But Collier does exactly what he needed to. He got the targets down and has to repeat that for the stand if he wants a medal in today's 10-kilometer sprint. 24 seconds down, 8th place for Collier of France. Comat's there with a miss. One of the most experienced biathletes here on the field. And now Jake Brown, he will be pleased with 9 out of 10. Most biathletes would take it if offered at the start of the day before the race was conducted to have 9 out of 10. Jake has it. Just needs to work hard now towards the line as Roman Rees not missed a single prone target so far this season. Oh, and there's the first. Roman Rees was looking for a win today. He could have done it, but Jake Brown now coming towards the line. You have a new leader. Jake Brown of USA punches the air, deservingly so. He skied very well today. The second fastest course time behind Sjusjøen of Czechia. And there is the green bib, the IBU Cup leader. Not just in the sprint, but also in this discipline, in the overall. Vetle Paulsen of Norway gets started in this men's 10-kilometer sprint, and he is out there to redeem after a less good performance yesterday, and certainly is capable of winning today. But we'll have to do something special because Gaëtan Paturel is there, 31.8 seconds in the lead on his final lap, and he has Johannes Kuhn on his heels. The duo working together. Isak Leknes Fry now of Norway. The main screen with Antonin Gigonat with his first miss and stand, top right of your screen. Make that 2 for Gigonat, but clean for Isak Leknes Fry. Vaclav Shevchenko of USA. He went perfect on the day on the shooting range and has skied so quickly. Comes across the line with a lead of 32.8 seconds and the fastest time on the skis so far by 1 second ahead of Sjusjøen of Czechia. Great skiing, great shooting, and can enjoy seeing himself at the top of the leaderboard, if only for a short while. Leonard Fund is your leader at the end of shooting number 1. Isak Leknes Fry is in 2nd place. A silver medal around his neck 2 days ago. Currently in the same position. But Fry using this as an opportunity to get some form before the Olympic Games, where he'll be one of the few racers here going to the Games. I say few relative to the enormous starting number, which is all the way to 146 Badin, the last starter. But now bib number 71. Brzozowska of Poland. 82nd in the individual with 3 penalties. And now César Beauvais of Belgium. He shot clean. In the prone. But Seidel, at the top right of your screen for Germany, finished just off the podium by a second in the individual. But unfortunately, with a miss for Seidel today, it's not likely to be a podium. As he turns right onto the penalty loop, 150 meters, about 22 to 25 seconds of extra skiing as a result of that miss. But look at this, Gatin Paturel now. He's got 1 minute and 5 seconds to round this corner and get into the shooting range. As we take a look at the top right of your screen, Fund is into shooting. He's got a 5-second advantage over Paturel. And now, Gatin Paturel with fantastic shooting, fantastic skiing, crosses the line with an advantage of 42 seconds. Could this be a medal for the Frenchman, and could it be gold? 42.6 seconds is a dominant lead, and one that's going to be very hard to touch. And a miss from Fund of Germany, one of Paturel's closest contenders. It's going to see him out of the picture as Denis Nasiko of Ukraine gets 5 out of 5, and also with a pretty commendable time up to this point in the race. He's going to see himself into the top 10, 7th place, 13.4 seconds back. He can do some damage as Bonacci, now of USA, misses his 4th shot, but also a very good time. Looks like Team USA has done something very well with their waxing today. And there he is, Paturel. Is it too early to celebrate a medal? I don't think so. That's a tough time to beat. The perfect shooting and immense skiing. And there we go, Adam Vaklavik now, one of the fastest out there on the course. He's going to be coming in, but with those 2 penalties, it's just a little bit too much damage on the range to claim himself a medal today. As we see Bionat of Italy in the top right-hand side of your screen. He's on the shooting range for the 2nd time, the last time. And so far, so good. A 9 out of 10 for Bionat. Could be an exceptional performance, but he misses the last. Vaklavik crosses the line in 3rd place, 1 minute, 2 seconds back, just opposing Jake Brown. And now Martin Nevland of Norway has gone clear and prone. And can he do it in stand? He certainly can. He does it with absolute control, great discipline. 26.0 seconds precisely to get all 5 down. It was a measured performance, but where's he going to slot into the overall leaderboard at the end of shoot number 2? He's 24 seconds back. Nevland of Norway in 3rd place, as Heikkinen, one of the fastest on the track, gets 5 for 5 in prone. And it's dramatic, it's all happening at once, but Arttu Heikkinen is now going to be your new leader by 0.2 seconds in ahead of Fund. And we know that Fund has missed. So now Heikkinen with a lead of 2 seconds over Fry at the end of shoot number 1, who is your realistic next contender for 2nd place. And that's going to make Paturel's nerves jangle somewhat. But Gerhardsen already at this point, he's behind. Carlier, top right of your screen, goes clean. It's 10 out of 10 for Carlier of France. Gerhardsen way off the pace for Norway. 1 minute and 15 seconds and counting, but let's take a look at where Carlier comes out of the 2nd shoot. He's in 5th. Gerhardsen of Norway in 6th place at the finish line. But Carlier of France now with 33 seconds back off the lead. the best Norwegian performance at the end of shoot 2, Nevland. But there's Gerhardsen, one who we would have imagined could pull out a victory today. The talented 21-year-old is no stranger to victory. And Roman Rees, with his first miss in prone, now coming into stand. 20 seconds back and counting. And therefore will be outside of a minute by the time he gets to the checkpoint, even if he shoots clear. Which he does. 5 out of 5 in stand, 9 out of 10 in total, in a nice measured time of 27 seconds. It's on the sharper end of the shooting times. The fastest shooting time today, as Roman Rees now comes out 56 seconds back, 9th place. But Isak Leknes-Frey now with an opportunity to medal. What colour remains to be seen. And he gets 10 out of 10. Isak Leknes-Frey now fighting for the gold. He's got a great time coming into the range. He's got a great time coming out of the range. And Paturel is going to be watching this with nerves. Has he done enough on the last lap? Isak Leknes-Frey takes the lead, 4.6 seconds in the green. As Antonin Guigenat, having won the gold just 2 days ago, now in 7th place, certainly that will be dropped down to outside the top 10. As Frey, Levet, I should say, of France, he comes out 5.1 seconds in the lead at the end of shoot number 1. So now there is an upset for you. Heikkinen of Finland and Levet of France, both of whom are in the lead ahead of your current leader, Isak Leknes-Frey, who at the end of shoot number 2 is in the lead. So 2 to watch out for in hopes to get the perfect 10 for 10. And if they do, Frey could be deposed from first. Paturel could even be dropped off the podium. And that certainly would be a shock to the system. Martin Nevland of Norway, he's not going to be one to do it today. But he did get the perfect shoot with 10 out of 10. But is down 33 seconds in 4th place. And all of this, ladies and gentlemen, is to say that Kaiser of Germany is still yet to start. And is one who could really upset the order as Barali crosses 155 back. But Kaiser of Germany, wearing bib number 129, he doesn't start until 10:49 or 11:49 Central European time. So another 20 minutes until he even gets underway. So nobody at the top of the order can get complacent. As there we see Benson of Great Britain in ahead of Leo Carlier of France. Really impressive V2 skate 2, 1 skate, doppeldance, pick your name. But Leo Carlier doing himself justice there on the range with a 10 out of 10, but not quite matching the ski speed of some of the others around the track. But Leonard Fund, despite the miss, is still proving to be fast out on the skis as he comes towards the finish line and crosses it. 30.5 seconds down, currently in 2nd place. And now with 10 out of 10, Veli Kotikumpu of Finland in 5th place. And soon to start is Kalkenberg of Norway. He's going to be in that start gate very soon, and is another who's absolutely capable of upsetting the order. Riedmüller of Germany, he is capable of upsetting the order, but Pircher of Italy, one of the fastest skiers in the individual, has already got 2 misses. Future was only the 13th fastest in the individual. Incredibly fast skiing. Denis Nasiko, I should say, of Ukraine now with a fantastic shoot and a fantastic ski speed, only 20 seconds down of Isak Leknes-Frey's time. He could be good for a flower ceremony today, but here it is now. Frey, can he maintain the lead that he left the range with? He can, but only just, and the trajectory is not good for the Norwegian. Paterel of France was the exact same time to the 8.5 kilometer checkpoint. As Bionat comes across the line with 2 mistakes, he's an 8th. But Frey out there on the track really has some work to do, because Paterel had one of the fastest skiers to work with. The German, Kuhn, skied together on the last lap, meaning that Frey really has got his work cut out as Martin Nevland of Norway comes to the finish line 40 seconds back. He goes 10 for 10, full house, fullt hus. 3rd place for now, and he has worked hard. You can see his body only just able to stay standing as the snowfall gets even more heavy, disadvantaging those who started later to some extent. And it remains to be seen how much of a disadvantage that is as Ranta misses 3. The extremely disappointing 450 meters of extra skiing for him. Leo Carlier is about to come around the corner, but much more importantly is at the top right of your screen, Heikkinen of Finland. If he goes clear, he's a contender for a win. He misses the last shot. He needed it to go down if he wanted to be at the top of the podium, but is skiing so impressively well. Let's see how that 150 meters damages his overall standings. But now turning to Leo Carlier of France. 10 out of 10, crosses the line, 53 seconds back. The clean shooting wasn't enough. The legs were just a little bit too heavy today for the Frenchman. Heikkinen now. He was one of your 5 to look out for, who could really do some serious damage to the overall leaderboard. And now it is 23.9 seconds back. He's off the podium, but only by 3.9 seconds over Nasiko of Ukraine. Roman Race of Germany. He's hit 9 out of 10. He'll be devastated not to have made the German Olympic team. He did everything he could, but it was too late. His 8th place on World Cup in the mass start, the perfect 20 out of 20 on that occasion, in front of the roaring crowd of Novo Mesto. And now here today with a miss. And even without it, Roman Rees would have struggled to contend for a podium. He's about to cross the line now. 1 minute and 10 seconds back, 8th place. And that will see him likely drop outside the top 15 when all is said and done. But take a look now at Isak Leknes-Frey. He is fighting against Paterel for the victory today. Can he get a gold medal? Let's see how much work he's done on the last lap. He crosses the line in the lead. 3.7 seconds, his advantage. So far, so good for Isak Leknes-Frey, and potentially a gold medal around his neck. He's in pain, a lot of pain. And it is, as the stadium announcer said, a great race for Frey. But look at this. Levé of France has a 15 seconds advantage coming into the range. 19.8 second advantage over Frey. If he gets this, he's almost certainly going to depose Frey of his current leading position. Can he do it? He can! Absolutely phenomenal shooting from Damien Levet of France. 10 out of 10. And he is skiing like a rocket. Let's just see what will his advantage be as he exits the range. Smagaziev misses. Levet comes out with an advantage of 14.7 seconds. But we know that Fry put the hammer down on his last lap, so Levet has got some serious work to do. Fry would have learned that Paterel and him were exactly even at the 8.7 kilometer mark. And that is a man who is still in so much pain, the body screaming. But he managed to find something on that last lap to gain that 3.7 seconds over Paterel. So much excitement. And still so many who can cause an upset. Madakech now with an excellent shoot in prone and a first miss now in stand. Let's take a look at Rietmüller of Germany. He's come into shoot number 1 with one of the fastest times. 0.2 seconds back. Now, I'm not totally perturbed by that first miss. It's not good, but if he goes clean in the stand shoot, Rietmüller is in great form and absolutely can still get onto the podium with 9 out of 10 today if he can maintain his shooting speed. He had the 11th place in the individual, but with the 3rd fastest course time in that race 2 days ago, just 1 or 2 seconds ahead of this man, Arttu Heikkinen, who had the 4th fastest ski speed in the individual. But with one mistake, this is a really good measure of what can be done with one mistake. 23.4 seconds back, 4th place now. Heikkinen, well, it's just a little too much off Nasiko's time of Ukraine, who's 14.9 seconds back with a perfect 10 for 10. Andersson, he misses. But Heikkinen is unlikely to be able to claim back 9 or 8.5 seconds off Nasiko of Ukraine, who we turn to now, who's gone clear and is skiing really, really well. 11th fastest on lap 2, 17th fastest on lap 1. And now, surely, with the fuel of the perfect 10 for 10, and with the adrenaline of knowing that he's fighting for a medal today, has Denis Nasiko of Ukraine found something special on the last lap. He crosses the line in 3rd position, 30 seconds down off leader Fry. Removes his skis so he can fully enjoy the moments after the race and pain has stopped. He has enough for a wave. And what a day for Nasiko of Ukraine. Bjorn Westerveld now of USA. Shooting with a nice rhythm. Getting faster as each shot goes down. The last one does, but with one miss, 150 meters. It's not a bad performance, it's not a bad result. And now this man, Damien Levet of France. Your fastest on your 1st and 2nd lap in terms of skiing as Kalkenberg shoots. He's got 4 out of 5 so far. Can he get the last? He does. And now Kalkenberg, one who can cause an upset, but 19.7 seconds, the advantage of Levet of France at the 8.5 kilometer mark. And that's in ahead of Paterel, 19.7 ahead of Fry as well. Kalkenberg in 15th, too slow on the skis to cause damage to the podium. But Levet is absolutely flying. Rietmüller can't touch it. Can Kaiser of Germany touch that time? Well, he can in terms of ski speed. We saw that from the individual. But now, Arttu Heikkinen of Finland, as he comes down under the bridge, it takes about 25 seconds from this point to get to the line. But let's see what he can do. He's on very, very good form, but with that one mistake, he's cost himself a podium, which even today, with the performances we've seen, would have been a struggle. As Poirot of France settles down for his prone shoot. Heikkinen now charging for the line. What's it going to be? And he's in third place, 27.3 seconds down. A bronze medal as it currently stands. Guillaume Poirot of France with 3 penalties through the heavier fall of snow. It's 3 too many with that ski speed. And now Heikkinen can relax knowing that the suffering will just get less and less as the moments go by, physically speaking, but perhaps more as he realizes that his time will be beat. But not by this man. Michaels of Belgium doing well. He's gone clean, 5 for 5 in prone. But that snow is falling much heavier. But don't be overly deceived. The camera, of course, pointing all the way to the stand target. It's quite a distance, meaning there's more snow between the lens and the man. But take a look at the top right of your screen. Trixel of Austria. He's doing better than Michaels, who has missed 4. And is way now out of the top 40. But Trixel really struggling to get his elbow to settle on the mat. He's missed 3. And that's him way down. Another 4 mistakes, 2 in a row, missing 4. I doubt the snowfall would have had that much of an impact, although certainly it would do. But Damien Levet, this is your leader. He is flying around this course.
I think it's a guaranteed medal for Levet, and it will be difficult to beat him. This is a race for the big occasions by the French.
And Levet has been the fastest on both laps, in ahead of Paturel of France. But now Damien Levet is fighting for that gold medal. He needs room and is going to have to get past the Swede. He's going to cut in on the inside. He's fighting for every single second. Damien Levet fighting for the gold medal at the European Championships. He crosses the line with a lead of 9.7 seconds. Is it going to be gold for Levet? What a wonderful time, but he did lose time to Fry. Fry really attacking on the last 1.5 kilometers. But Levet did the work in the early laps. But it's the 8th fastest time on that last lap, so the 8.5 kilometer timing giving us a slight distorted perspective on Levet's skiing, meaning he did slow on the last lap, but also that there are those who can contend to beat that time, but it's going to be extremely challenging. Fredrik Vold now of Norway. With 2 mistakes, puts him out of contention for a top 20 most likely. And now for those of you wondering who out there still can cause some damage, well, Kaiser, he has not yet even started. The German, one of the fastest skiers here at this event, who can win, but he needs 10 out of 10 with Levet's time being so strong. And now Maracek of Czechia with 9 out of 10. He is down behind his teammate Vaklavik of Czechia, who missed 1 more target than him. He's now coming towards the line, fighting for a top 15 today. 11th so far. Gets himself in ahead of Kotikumpu of Finland. But now we turn back to Levy, wearing bib number 69 today. The Frenchman absolutely dominated on the skis. He dominated on the range. Danilo Riedmüller of Germany needed 9 out of 10, but he's missed his first stand. And that surely puts him out of contention for a podium. But missing the last now. What a shame for Riedmüller of Germany. The three current leaders, Levé, Fry, Paterel, all having hit the perfect 10 out of 10. And Fry, once again, experiencing déjà vu, if I may use a French word, sandwiched between two French men. It was Guéguenat who had the lead in the individual, and Lejeune who was third, Fry second. Today it's Levé and Paterel on either side of Fry. But the overall leaderboard today at the finish line is Levé in the lead, Fry in second, Paterel in third, and the Finn once again doing a really impressive job in fourth. But here is your leader, and will he be your European champion? Well, Levé, the 24-year-old, he's a student, born in Annecy, resides in Entremont in France, and he was 31st in the individual, missing 3. I must say, he was not on my list for a podium with the amazing caliber of biathletes that we have here. Arnaud Dupasquier of Switzerland. A contender for a top 10 for sure if all the targets go down. But he misses his last shot, and in biathlon, it's so painful to miss the last one because it indicates that your physical ability was there, as evidenced by the previous 4 hits. But then the mind, the wind of the mind, disrupting the rhythm. And a strong wind that can move the bullet 8 clicks off the target has nothing on the power of a poisonous thought if it comes at the wrong time. If biathletes think about the outcome, that thought can be absolutely destructive to their performance. Dupasquier now coming across after his first prone in 43rd. As Kasper Kalkenberg, one of the ones I had down on my list for somebody who could do a lot of damage. He's capable of it at the highest level of performance, but needs to get 10 for 10. He's skiing a bit off the pace, but he does. He gets 10 out of 10, and now that really is a fantastic result. He's going to be within a minute, or perhaps just thereabouts, as he comes out of chute number 2, 52.7 seconds off the lead. And now we need to take a look at Kalkenberg's ski speed. Larsson now of Sweden coming in. Apologies for the delay there, searching for Kalkenberg's ski speed. I had to scroll all the way down to 39th on lap 1. 28 seconds off the pace. Lap 2, 32 seconds off the pace. 36th fastest so far, and that will certainly be dropped. Larsson coming in now for his prone. Shooting well. And 4 out of 5. Now I suspect that Kalkenberg will have some adrenaline fueling him around this last lap. And I don't think he'll be 32 seconds back like he was, because he knows now what's at stake, and the pursuit tomorrow, of course, being so important to claim every second possible. But Kalkenberg of Norway, even if just 20 seconds slower on this last lap, he came out of the range in 10th, 52 seconds back, so let's add 20 seconds to that. That takes us to 1:12. He's really fighting for a top 15, and of course we've still got Kaiser behind him who can really beat that, and some still out there on the course. So with his 10 out of 10 today, Kalkenberg fighting for a top 15. Reitmuller, 15th place. At the 8.5 kilometer mark. Not bad for somebody who's missed 3 targets. And actually, what an unbelievably impressive top 15. Of the top 15, only 5 have missed targets. The rest have gone clean. Now that really is an extraordinary result. Very few occasions do we see such accuracy. 10, shooting clean. Now Kokmanek of Czechia coming in to shoot number 2. And let's now take a look at his time. He's doing well. He's 54.6 seconds down. 17th place coming into the shooting range. Fighting for a top 20, but unfortunately for him, there's many out there who have just done so well in the range. But here is Simon Kaiser of Germany, 7 seconds back at 1.8 kilometers. As Kokmanek of Czechia has his first miss. Now, if I was Levet, if I was Fry, and if I was Paterel of France and Norway, I would be looking at Kaiser's ski speed with a sigh of relief, thinking that actually to lose 8 seconds in 1.8 kilometers, that suggests that the track is getting much slower. And to go in Group 2 today was perhaps the most sensible choice. Kasper Kalkenberg fighting for a top 15, giving it absolutely everything on this last lap. Now in 9th, 1 minute and 2 seconds back. Okay, so he's skiing fast. He's skiing very fast. He's lost 10 seconds. Now remember, at this point, Levet of France lost 7 or 6 seconds thereabouts to Fry just on this last hill and into the finish. So actually for Kalkenberg, this is looking good for a top 10. Can he beat Carlier of France? That remains to be seen. Reitmuller of Germany now with his 3 misses and skiing like an absolute machine. The second fastest behind Levet on both lap 1 and 2 in terms of ski speed. Only 6.2 seconds slower on the first 2 laps combined. And amazingly, he can stand within a chance of getting in the top 10. But that surely Kalkenberg is not going to let that stand. And look at this. So fast on the skis. Danilo Reitmuller of Germany, 1 minute, 13 seconds back, 10th position. And now that is progress. To go from 120 back to 117 back. He had a last 1.5 kilometers, similar to that of Fry of Norway. But he does still have the second fastest overall ski speed behind Levet of France, 3.1 seconds back, but sneaks in ahead of Paterel of France. Potiniec of Poland gets underway. So much excitement and so much drama. But Fry will be kicking himself that once again he has been sandwiched by two Frenchmen on the podium. So let's take a look at that for today's 10-kilometer sprint for the men here in Sjusjøen, Norway. Damien Levet of France is your current leader and most likely leader. Fry in second and Paturel in third. But it is still all to play for, as one of the fastest men out here on this course, who put down the fastest time in the individual, that's Simon Kaiser of Germany, can still depose any of those men on that podium. So stay tuned. Kasper Kalkenberg now with the perfect 10 out of 10. He's found something on this last lap after his ski speed on laps 1 and 2 were down in the 40s. He was losing time and a lot of it, but now has really opened up on this last lap. He's 39 seconds back now and counting. And at the 8.5 kilometer mark, Kalkenberg was in 9th position, 1 minute 2 seconds back. And now really needs to drive home. It's all to play for. He needs this top 10. And he crosses the line in 9th, just getting himself in ahead of Carlier of France. Wow, really managing to do something special on that last hill. Simon Kaiser now of Germany misses and no longer can contend for a podium today. And look at that. The podium is now set. Levet of France with the gold medal. Simon Kaiser, even with the fastest ski speed now, will not be able to challenge Levet's time. He will not be able to challenge Fry's time. And in the top 15, he is going to have to do a lot of work because so many have shot the perfect 10 for 10. 10 out of 15 have shot clean. 66.6 reoccurring percent of the top 15 have gone 10 for 10. A rarity, but just showing that at this event, this Open European Championships, the quality of skier is so high. And I've been Scott Dixon, leading you through this race today, and I'm excited to bring you the women's 7.5 kilometer sprint this afternoon. Do tune in for that. But there is your leaderboard. Damien Levet of France, covering his face in physio tape to prevent the skin from freezing in these -12 conditions and snowing. Isaac Leknes Fry in second, preparing for the Olympic Games. And Gatin Paturel of France in third, getting the perfect 10 for 10 and only 13.4 seconds back. Well, the drama just continues and will continue into tomorrow, where these men will fight once again in the pursuit competition. And Larsson now on the shooting range. Misses 3 in his last stand shoot. Painful. Matthias Martin getting the butt of the rifle into his shoulder and wrapping it round to increase the tension on the hand stop, increase the tension on the arm sling. and shooting clean. 5 out of 5 for Matan from Czechia. And he's marking down a very impressive time so far. Inside, as yet, the top 20. Will it remain? It does. 20th, 26.9 seconds back. A very good time. And the question is, can he maintain that ski speed? We will find out as we see Ethan Clark on the left-hand side of your screen of Great Britain. He's now skiing out. Mukula of Finland now with a very good time coming into prone. '17th fastest to this point and this late in the race to get into the range, but thrown away in a matter of seconds. 150 meters added on for every penalty loop, meaning Mukula now has 300 extra meters to ski. We saw that Riedmüller of Germany, despite 3 mistakes today, still managed to get an unbelievable result of 11th place. Everyone else around him shooting 1s and 0s, except for Adam Vaklavik of Czechia, who could have been up there in the top 6 today had he gone clear. Fredrik Vold now of Norway, he's had 2 misses in prone and no misses in stand.
2 9th places from Sjusjøen.
But any surprises now in terms of ski speed? Well, Levet of France is the fastest still. Riedmüller of Germany is the 2nd fastest. And that's overall at the finish line. But taking a look now at lap number 1, Kaiser of Germany, 12.7 seconds slower. He's had misses, as we know. So skiing off the pace, shooting off the standard. And now Fredrik Vold of Norway, with 8 out of 10, comes across the line in a time that still hasn't stopped on the graphic, despite him having crossed the line, which I cannot explain, I'm afraid, so the graphic disappears, and rightly so, while we try and figure out why Vold's time hasn't been processed there. Well, according to the 8.5 kilometer checkpoint, Vold was 2 minutes and 6 seconds back, down in 43rd, which is consistent with shoot number 2. But in the finish line, yeah, his name still hasn't come down. So I'll update you on Vold when his time is updated, but it's likely to be somewhere in the mid to late 40s. The level is so high here. Cervenka of USA having one of the standout performances of the day, as Mesetic of Austria is coming in with a really impressive time. Let's take a look. 11th fastest, okay. So Mesetic keeping things dramatic and interesting at the back and looking to cause an upset for certainly the top 15. A very hard or very challenging group of athletes to get in amongst, given the fact that so many of them have gone 10 for 10. Like I said before, 2/3 of them shot the perfect 10 out of 10 today. Now Sami Mesetic shoots the first round down in 15.4 seconds. And he gets one mistake. The last one doesn't go down. What a shame for Mesetic, who was promising to keep us on our toes, but now nevertheless has a chance to ski quickly. And speaking of skiing quickly, Biathlon of Italy, the fastest of the Italians today. He was 38 seconds down of Levey's time. And Levey really found something, as if from nowhere on the ski speed today. He was 21st fastest in the individual. 21st. And 1 minute and 39 seconds back as Mesicic comes out of chute 1 in 32nd. But Levey was 1 minute and 39 behind Kaiser. It's completely flipped the script. Just as I said it, Kaiser appears on screen with 2 mistakes already in this race. Now 8 out of 10 for Kaiser. It's not the upset we were hoping for, but still absolutely flying on the skis, just as he was in the individual. Kaiser had the, looking for his lap time on 1. It was the 8th fastest on lap 1, the 4th fastest on lap 2, getting himself in ahead of Fund of Germany, his teammate. And now, as he comes out of chute number 2, in 13th place, 1 minute 6 seconds back. Now, we know that Levey lost some on his last lap. He really was tiring. He had the 10th fastest last lap, 6 seconds back, or 5.9 off Paturel's time. And Kaiser is getting faster and faster with each lap. And therefore, what can we infer from that? Levey, I should say, realizing now that that was the only man who had any hope of contending with his time. Done. He cannot do it now. He's too far behind. And the celebrations can start. But now Kaiser in 13th out the range. Reitmüller of Germany, even with the 3rd fastest last lap, was 1 minute and 6 seconds back, leaving, or excuse me, Reitmüller was 1 minute 17 seconds back. And would you believe it? That's only 11 seconds slower than Kaiser, and between him and Kaiser's 9 athletes. But here's Stalder now. Can he do 10 for 10? He can. Another with the perfect chute. Sjusjøen Stalder of Switzerland. He's promising a top 30 today. And a great chute at this late stage in the race. 1 minute and 27 seconds down. 27th place. But my real interest now is where can Kaiser climb to? We'll find out at the 8.5 kilometer mark what damage he can do in the skis. He can certainly claim 6 seconds on Ishkakov of Slovakia. And Matthias Martin of Czechia, 30 seconds ago, the best had already left the shooting range. But he's skiing well. You can see if you look at his bib number, his stomach moving, the breathing coming from the lower abdomen so as to minimally move that rifle. It's good shooting. He hesitates, but he gets all 10 down. It's lovely shooting from Martin of Czechia. Clean on the day, and one of many to get the perfect score. And he comes towards the checkpoint now, the timing check. 1 minute and 24 seconds down off the lead. Top 30 as it currently stands, but skiing well. 12 athletes have crossed the line with 10 out of 10. It'll be 13 when the Czech athlete crosses. Heikkinen, the first among them who have missed the target, 37 seconds back at the finish line. Simon Kaiser now with an opportunity to improve on his time. He's being told it's realistic to close down into the top 6. The flower ceremony is within his grasp. Well, let's take a look. He would need to close down 16 seconds between now and the finish line. Well, that is absolutely extraordinary if he can, as Ethan Clark there we see on your screen. Berglund of Sweden coming towards the line, 3:29 or further back, actually. He's not on screen, he's coming under the bridge, so although having hit 9 out of 10, he was not the man the producers thought he was. But Kaiser, can he make it into a top 6, or is my German just so flawed that I misunderstood what information he was being given? He is fast. If anyone can do it, Kaiser can. I suspect Kaiser will have one of the fastest ski speeds. Berglund crosses in 90th, 4 minutes and 1 second behind. Any moment now, Kaiser is going to appear underneath that bridge, and from which point some 25 seconds remain till the line. And he will be attacking. Nevland's time at the 8.5 kilometer mark is 9 seconds ahead. And then 10 seconds ahead is Chervenka of USA, who could drop from 7th to 8th if Kaiser has done something special up that final hill. Now, it is a big hill. It's the biggest hill in the course, and that's where the fastest skiers stand to gain the most time. And if they pace themselves well, as Kaiser has, we know he's one of the fastest, but he had the 8th fastest first lap, 4th fastest second lap, steadily climbing and deposing those who started out on lap 1 faster than him. And therefore, Kaiser has every reason to believe it's possible to close the gap. And we know that Levay did lose time. Here he is. Let's see what he can do. The finisher, Levay, has crossed the line now in real terms had they started at the same time. But here's the last push now, and it's downhill. He gets to recover. And Kaiser fighting for a top 10. He was 13th when he came out the range. He gained 5 seconds on Levay to the 8.5 kilometer mark. And now he's hunting down Nevland's time. He was told by his coach it was realistic, and I can absolutely say it is. He can get in ahead of Nevland. He can get in ahead of Chervenka of USA, but he's going to have to attack really hard around this final bend. What's it going to be? 42 seconds and counting. He needs to get in ahead of the Norwegian on his home soil. He crosses in 50.7 seconds, and he does get in ahead of Nevland. He was told it was realistic, and he was told the truth. Absolutely phenomenal skiing from Kaiser with the fastest lap. The fastest course time on the last leg by 9.8 seconds. He paced himself phenomenally well. The 3rd fastest ski speed of the day, as Mesotic of Austria comes out in 13th place. Another wonderful performance today, causing something of an upset, but look at that. Kaiser from 14th out of chute 2 to 7th at the finish line. The man was on a mission, and the man is a machine on the skis. It's realistic. He was told by his coach at the 8.5 mark. Adan. Missing 2. Well, that's formidable. Kaiser being able to pull that out the bag. In the pursuit, what can he do? Well, let's start by hitting the targets for sure, as Nevland managed the Norwegian, the second best Norwegian of the day, Fry being the best. And Mikhailo Khmyl of Ukraine with 4 mistakes on the day, and he'll be down in the late 80s, early 90s when he crosses the line. But a reminder to come and watch the women's 7.5 kilometer sprint this afternoon.
And we have Khmyl now towards the finish line.
3 minutes and 24 seconds back for Khmyl. And the women's sprint promising so much drama. I'll be talking you through that race as it unfolds. I've been Scott Dixon, and it's been an absolute pleasure doing this race. There's still a significant portion to go of the race itself, as Stalder, another one to hit the perfect 10 for 10, is coming into the finish line. So do stay with us to see how it unfolds. And John Stalder of Switzerland, will he break the top 40? Well, he's in 40th, but I can absolutely confidently say he will be dropped outside the top 40, outside the points. And for those of you who are watching from Canada, USA, Great Britain, the best result today is Chervenka with the perfect 10 out of 10, only 44.2 seconds back. And he was 38th in the individual, so we'll be absolutely blown away by that. Top 10. He speaks Czech, English, and has beaten everyone from Czechia. 83% hit rate in prone, and normally a disastrous 58% in stand. And it may very well be his first ever 10 out of 10. Well, no, it's not. If you look all the way down in 25-26 this year, Soldier Hollow, he hit 10 out of 10, finishing 4th on that occasion. And is that Ethan Clark of Great Britain in the front of your screen? Sami Mesotic of Austria. Being given so much support by his support team, but again, I apologize, the graphics didn't show his time. Mesotic, with only 1 mistake, was in 13th as he came out of the range, but again, that time not registering at the 8.5. So when that comes, I will update you. But also, I did promise to update you on Vold of Norway. And indeed, he was in the late 40s, 46th, with 2 mistakes, 2 minutes and 14 back. Jonny Mukela, he missed 4 out of 10, the same in prone and stand. Now, let's take a look at where is Paulsen of Norway. He is he was, I should say, the overall leader on the IBU Cup, both in prone and stand. Paulsen has now dropped in the sprint competition down to 3rd, being deposed by Levet and Paturel of France. And not even, I'm still scrolling down trying to find his result. He's low down. Oh my goodness. I had to scroll all the way down to 94th. Sorry, I wasn't even watching what was happening as Badan comes across 249 back, 66th place, a good result, but will be outside the top 60. But Paulsen had an absolute disaster, crossing the line in 94th. Now, he was your green bib wearer, so the overall leader in the IBU Cup men's total score, but also the overall leader in the sprint. He's dropped down to third, as now we see Mesotic fighting for a top 15. He's in 12th, 1 minute 4 seconds back, and he's got the advantage of being given all of the information. And now he is in ahead of Riedmüller of Germany. He's fighting with Carlier of France, and is going to get in just over a minute. And those who are just over a minute when they cross the line are Carlier and Riedmüller. So now he has to get in over the line before 1 minute and 6 seconds to compete with them. But Kalkenberg, who's at 57 seconds, he's contending actually to get in ahead of him. But what is it? It's the same time as Kalkenberg, absolutely identical to the 10th of a second. And Mesotic, 10th place overall, and already back up on his feet. Kalkenberg, not deposed, but now sharing a 10th position. What a result for Mesotic, who was 76th, missing 7 in the individual. And Jakub Potinic now with one mistake coming in, as I'm going to tell you how Mesotic skied in the individual, because that was a special performance today. Mesotic actually with the 12th fastest ski time in the individual, the 2nd fastest Austrian behind Mühlbacher. There's an exhausted Pole, that is for sure. These races are grueling, and Gröning is certainly finding it grueling with his 2 mistakes, but skiing with exceptionally good form. So really holding his technique together well as he attacks towards the line, trying to get himself in ahead of Will Mead of Great Britain, but failing to do so, just falling outside the 100 and top 20, the top 120, I should say. But Gröning now in exhaustion. These results, of course, always being relative by athletes, are not all fighting for a victory. Some are fighting for a top 100, some a top 120, and others for a podium. As Horia Urs is one such athlete fighting for a top 120, just falls outside 121st today. But Badan now coming across the line for Slovakia, 2 minutes and 44 seconds back, and he is in 60th place. Now, only the top 60 of these biathletes are going to qualify for the pursuit competition. And Badan had the privilege of starting with the final bib number, 146. The last starter in this massive, massive race. But we have more still to come in.
Followed by Jens Dahlgaard fra Danmark, som skal avslutte
Van Ledger of USA.
The last athlete.
He's missed 1 in prone. He's missed 2 in stand. And now is falling just outside the top 100, 114th. The top 60 now only being separated by 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Badan, the last starter, the last among them to get in, so therefore guaranteeing himself a spot. Damien Levy, he is your champion today, gold medalist, with Isaac Leknes-Frey in silver and Gatin Paturel in third. Do stay with us to watch the podium ceremony where they will be given their medals, and the French national anthem will play. The overall leaderboard will now be changed. France will have 2 golds and they will have 3 silvers cumulatively. That's 5 total medals. Norway gaining just another silver, so still in behind Ukraine, who have 1 gold medal. Kudos there going to Merkushnia. And Italy being dropped now to 4th. They were equal at the start of the day with Norway. And a happy birthday to Fredrik Mjolbacher, 28 years of age today. The 20th place for Mjolbacher, 9 out of 10. He skied very quickly in the individual, and today he managed to get a solid 20th place. And that's after skiing the 18th fastest, just 58 seconds behind. But I would not like to be Levy starting in tomorrow's sprint competition, being hunted down by some incredibly fast skiers, incredibly accurate shooters. But I'd be somewhat reassured by the fact that, well, Damien Levy of France is exceptionally fast himself, but does struggle with stand shooting, at least relative to some of those around him. So yes, he shot clear today, but looking down his result order, he's only shot clear 1 other time throughout the season. That was the sprint at Ridnown. On other occasions, let's take a look at his pursuit competitions. He missed 3 in Obertilliach in the pursuit. He missed 3 in Ridnown in the pursuit. He missed 5 in the mass start 60 in Lenzerheide. He won in the mixed relay in Lenzerheide, but of course we don't register those shooting scores on the recent summary and the data center. But in the pursuit in Arbor, he missed 3, coming 5th on that occasion. And then the mass start 60 in Brezno, he missed 5, coming 28th. So it's very reasonable to project that Gatin Paturel, although having shot the perfect 10 for 10 today, is going to have his work cut out if he wants to contend with the exceptional Isaac Leknes-Frey, World Cup racer, soon to be Olympian, and fend off the Norwegian and his French teammate Gatin Paturel to maintain or to gain another gold medal. So do join us for the medal ceremony, which is just around the corner as the last athletes come in towards the finish. Once again, I've been Scott Dixon, and it's been a great pleasure to take you through this. But now let's hear from our leader, Livet.
No, it's just crazy. Perfect race for me, fast on ski and good shooting. It's just a perfect race today.
What does this achievement mean to you?
It's crazy. It's my dream when I'm a child. So today I'm European champion. So I don't any words.
And what would you say to the younger Damien?
Just believe it, and it's just sport, so try to do my best.
After today, you would say sprint is now your favorite format because you also won your first IBU Cup race in Vietnam?
Yes, it's my second victory in IBU Cup, and today was European Cup, but it's IBU Cup also. So it's just my favorite race, the sprint. So with 2 10 of 10, it's just a perfect race. And if I try to do my best on ski, it's just the win. So it's perfect. Yeah.
Merci et félicitations.
Thank you.
Just believe it, and it's just sport. Two great quotes. He's been fighting for it since he was a child, but particularly pertinent there, I think, is it's just sport, indicating that the value of you as a person does not increase by virtue of your success in sport, but that success can be something that by athletes and athletes around the world hunt for and pursue from a very young age. And today, Livet achieved just that. Fry, Paturel, Heikkinen, Mexico and Fund all coming here for the flower ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the medal and prize-giving ceremony for the IBU Open European Championship for men 10 km sprint. Third place and bronze medalist, representing France,
Gaëtan Paturel of France, 22 years of age, and he's going to receive his bronze medal here at the European Championships. Phenomenal 10 out of 10 on the day. Gaëtan Paturel, bronze medalist here in Sjusjøen, Norway. A familiar sight, Isak Leknes Fry with yet another silver medal around his neck, and can once again look to his left and see two Frenchmen who tomorrow he has the opportunity to fight against to contend for a gold medal, which is what he wants when he leaves this event. And here is your winner, Damien Livet of France, 24 years of age, has wanted this moment since he was a child, and today he achieved it in astounding fashion. 10 out of 10, beating Isak Leknes Fry, one of the best in the world, by 9.7 seconds, shooting the same, and solidifying himself in the history books of success at this event. Fry with a wide smile, wild. And there is your podium. Damien Livet, Isak Leknes Fry, and Gaëtan Paturel. But the acknowledgements don't stop there, with another fantastic performance from Heikkinen, who just missed one target and would have been up there on the podium himself had he gone clear, or quite likely Nasiko of Ukraine, 10 for 10, skiing fast. And Leonard Fund, a wonderful performance yesterday, or 2 days ago in the individual. Just 1 place out of the flower ceremony, finishing 7th, and today finishing 6th. Can he climb and do better in the pursuit? Well, you must join us for that, because it is going to promise just as much excitement as you have seen today, as Levey will be leading the way, but only by 9.7 seconds. As we're about to hear the national anthem for France. To remind you also that at 14:30 Central European time, the women's 7.5 kilometer sprint. You don't often see biathletes without their hats on, but paying respects as the national anthem played for France. And I'm excited to present to you this afternoon in the women's 7.5 kilometer sprint. Do join us for that at 14:30 Central European time. And for the pursuit competitions happening tomorrow, the relays happening on Sunday, there is going to be so much more drama to yet unfold. I've been Scott Dixon, it's been a pleasure, and I look forward to the next one.